Hi guys, this is Fook again, and today I am going to explain the while loop. Inside the while loop there will be a condition, and this is condition as long as x is less than 6. As long as the conditions is true, it will run the code right here in the bottom, and this also have an increment of x plus plus. So now let's compile it and run the code. So as you see, it's gonna show the sum right in the bottom by adding up all the number, and as long as I say it again, if the conditions are true, the code will continue to run. The next code we are going to explain is going to be a for loop. A for loop is a little bit more different. You can do for the for loop, the conditions and also the integers are in the same bracket. For the while loop, for the for loop, is always need a initialization. Is going to be integer x. So I'm going to take this out, integer x, and also this out. Integer x inside integer x, and then condition, and then the increments. So instead of the increments in the bottom right here, we are going to move it up here and take this out. And in this case, we are using decrementation, and also we still have to declare we are using incrementation, and in this case we are going to still have to declare the integer sum is equal to 0. So this is what a for loop look like. So as long as the condition right here is true, the code right here will run. The same thing as a while loop. So what happened was I didn't declare integer x. So right here I want to make it integer x equal to 0, and compile, and then run. It will still do the same thing and run the code in the bottom until it reaches 5. And the last thing that I am going to do is going to be the nested loop. So for the nested loop, you have to have a loop inside another loop. In this case, I'm going to use a nested loop to create a pattern from 0 to 5. So I'm also going to declare a new integer. It's going to be integer rows equal to 5. So in this case, I have to change up the condition inside of the first loop. So I want the condition, let's take this whole thing out. I want the condition to be integer x equal to 1, semicolon, x is less and equal to rows. So as long as it's less than equal to row, and then an increment of x plus plus. As long as this is good, we are going to run into the next one. The next one is going to be another loop. In this case, I'm just going to use the same thing. It's going to be another for loop inside of it. So inside this for loop, we still have to do the exact same thing and make sure we have the initialization, which is integer. I want to use y in this part equal to 1, and as long as y is less than x, and then now we have an increment of x, y plus plus. And in this case, we are so inside the second loop, we are going to check the condition for the second loop, which is right here. As long as y is less or equal than x, then that's the condition is true. And if the condition is true, then it will keep printing an increment of y until the condition goes false. So I want it to be system, gotta do this first, system dot out dot print, and in this case I want to print out y plus I want it to be a comma and a space, and close it up, and then end this right here. So that's for That is for this loop. And after that, it will check back to the first loop, and if it go back to the first loop, it will print out system dot out dot print line and quotation mark. Let's see, do we have enough brackets? Yes. Compile and run. And now we have a pattern from 1 to 5. Thank you for watching. Let me know what I can do better to improve my videos, and comment down below.